Hello everyone, this is Shelby with Shelby Creations. Welcome back to the Dragon's Den. We are working in our jewel tone Victorian. We've been in this book for so long, it's time to get done with it. And what I've done is I've gone through our last few pages, and all I've done are the background sheets. And I pulled different things to use per page. I've got some extra things. We don't have that much left. So, it's like Sherry was telling me when I was talking to her the other day. She says, we've been in this way too long. And I agree with her. This is what I had pulled for just these pages here. And I may use it all. I may not. It's just what I went through and pulled and did and thinking, okay, some of this will work. Some won't work. These have but I don't know if I want to, I don't really think I'm going to use these two, so I'll set those two aside. But I do have these here. And first thing I need to do is come in here because I did not ink anything. All I did was pull. And so we'll get all this done. And hopefully we can move on to something else. I don't know if I want to do another journal right now. We may just go and do some other stuff. We'll figure it out. And I did want that. See, is this that's a postcard. But I wanted that, but I didn't want those there. And then I found this little ticket. I don't know if I want to use it or not. Yeah, I don't know if this is a sticker or what. So let's find out. Well, if it is, it's not coming out that way. Nope, it's not a sticker. So, what I did with my glue is, this one here, the tip, it had a slit in it. So this is a regular tip, as you can tell, it's all gunky. And this one here, what I did was, I cut it at an angle. Where's my tissue? Because it doesn't, when it was coming out, it had the slit in the side that went down that far anyway. So I'm not sure you can even see it, but I cut that one at an angle. So hopefully it's going to come out a little bit better. Oh, yeah. So I'm going to put this one way down here because I did put this over that edge there. Then I did not ink that at all. I inked one, but not the other. If you don't feel like inking, you don't have to ink. It just gives you where you can see it, a delineation between pieces. Which is, no, I'll come over on this side because this one's going over there. So I'm just down to the point where we're decorating now to get it done, get it over with. I do like this though. It's one of the little 3D stamps. And I did want that on that page somewhere. I don't want to interrupt the roses there. I was thinking maybe back here. I'll find a place. It did have the the sticky pad on it, and I took it off because I felt it was already, thick enough. I didn't want it to stick out. Besides, those things never stay stuck. Have you noticed that? They always want to go somewhere else and never stay where they're supposed to stay. We'll do that here. And I'm not putting it. And I want my ticket. You notice I don't have any flowers pulled out for this particular page. And you know me, I love my flowers. But I did not pull them out for this one. But, you know, we've got, if I need them, I've got more over here. Now, do I want to add anything else? See, this is busy enough as it is. I don't really think I think that's going to be it. That's going to be it for that page. So I still have stuff here, so I'm going to set that over here because I may use it. So that's going to do that page. All right. Some of these I have stuck papers and stuff in them, but that's because, you know, it was just papers. I know for sure I'm going to need a paper clip. So, I get down here where I got my paper clips, pull out my box, and we'll see what we can find as a paper clip. Those are pretty. That may be a little big. Oh, that one. Yeah, I put a tassel on that one. Ooh, that's neat. And that would go with that. I think this is going to be it. A very dear friend of mine, Deanna, made this one for me. Trying to see what all else is in here. I think that's going to be it. That's what I'm going to go with. So, I'm just going to set that over there. I may need another one later. And I did not pull a whole lot out for this page. Because sometimes you don't need a whole lot on your page. You just need something. Now, this one, just a little piece of vellum. I'll stick that under the edge there. And come back in here with this, which, again, no ink. Get this one down. See, I have a lot of flowers already on this page. So, maybe all we need is just one in the center. I thought I had a small one over here somewhere. I don't really want that one. No, not those. I may have used it somewhere else. Anyway, taking up too much time here. Put some glue on the back of this. It's a little clock I found when I was doing all this cleaning up. And I thought it was awesome looking. I think it's one of Tim Holtz's things. And then the last piece is this. Right there. Now, you're not going to be able to see all that once it dries. But then I found this too. And I thought, you know, this needs to go on the page. So, I'll lift this up. find where my... Oop, I don't want to do it that over there. You put it over here because I've got that. So always watch where you're putting things. I do like that now. But what? Oh, maybe I should have done. That will do it. That's gonna work. See, I pulled extra just in case, you know, for things like this. Because when I was pulling, I was not thinking flowers. Okay, set that down. My tweezers so I can figure out how I want this to set. Just a tad on that. Oh, I like that. Do we have... Probably this one. That is gorgeous. That will work. So see, I am getting my flowers in. Maybe not everywhere, but at least where they're needed. You know, every once in a while you need a flower. Unless you're me, and then you need flowers every page. So y'all know it's unusual for me to have a page without any. Now this tape does not want to come off. There we go. I was just pulling it the wrong way. So, pull this down just a touch so I can see where this is going to go. Because I want to get it close without hindering the pocket. Well, now it moved. Get it off my finger. Just like that. Because this here it does pull out. I just can't do it with tweezers. So, I like that. All right, another page done. See, quick and easy. All right, then I have this. And I have an envelope for this. And put my cap on that before I end up losing it. Figure out which one it was. Was it? I don't know now. I think it was this one. I think this was what I had pulled. All right, you go over there. For in here. Yep, because I did pull that in there. Okay. And I like layering things. So, you know me. I've got to... Now, see, put it that way, or do I put it... I could even do it this way, or I can pull this down. We could do that on top. I think I like that better underneath everything. Yeah, let's do it that way. Glue. Now that I've got that angled top, it comes out a lot better. And it's closer to the paper, so it doesn't, you know, come out a whole lot. Put that down, and now this one on top of it. That noise you hear in the background, please excuse me, for it's my washing machine going. Because right outside the door to the Dragon's Den is my laundry room. Okay, that goes there. Now, where's my ink? Because I do want to ink that one side right there. I know Sherry's probably sitting there saying, I know where you're going to put that. You need to put that right there. See. Yeah, that's going right on top of there. And then I found this, and I thought this would be fantastic to put there. It is a hard sticker, and it does not like to come off of there. But I don't take things to chance. I'm going to put a little glue on that anyway. Right there. All right, you need to move out the way or else I am going to get ink all over me. And I don't want to do that. All right, are we putting this here and here? Or, yeah, because that's awful plain right there. And I don't want to put something that's going to... Now, I know you're a sticker. And you're not wanting to come off. All right, you want to be that way? I'll just glue it, and then if it does come off, then I'll glue it again. Yeah, there's nothing there. It doesn't need to go. We'll put it there. Now this one better come off. You come across stickers that just don't want to come off. The backing does not want to come off. And if you run into that, don't worry about it. Just glue them down because you can always come back and... All right, come on. You need to tear. So, let's try it this way. A little snip. There we go. It didn't tear quite even, but good enough. Use that as almost like tape. Just like that. See, nice and simple. Sometimes you don't need a whole lot. Sometimes you need a little something, something. Oh, what else have we got in here that we can use? Ooh, here's one. Absent. If I can get it up. There we go. Get it out. The thing was closing up. There we go. Yeah, we needed that. We needed that. What else do we see in here that could possibly go? Wrigley Field. I don't know if I want Wrigley Field or not. How about a butterfly? Well, where's the... I know there's an edge. The last one came off. Why aren't you coming off? I can see it partially, but then it disappears. There we go. There, come on. I'm tempted to take the background off of here and just leave the stickers. If you have problems getting things unstuck, put you here, from your page, what you can do is you can come in and remove the background, and that will just leave your designs. Is that it? I think that's going to be it for that one. I kind of like that. Next page. What's our next page? Yes, I have pulled pieces out. And I just thought that butterfly was awesome. And there's not a whole lot here that I've pulled. There are times when I feel like I need to put so much on a page. And then there are other times that I feel, no, we don't need all that. Where do I need? I need something here. That's going to be this. I know I'm sniffling again, but no, it's not being sick. It's allergies, the pollen. Oh my gosh. Any of you that live here in the South know that pollen season is horrid. I noticed it yesterday on Nikki's vehicle. We went up to a place called Fuzzy Peach, and I go there like maybe once a year, if that. But he took me there yesterday, and I got some frozen yogurt with fruit on it. But then coming out, I noticed his car, it was covered in pollen. Well, no, I can't say that. That's not right. It had a light dusting of pollen, so it is definitely pollen season. Do I want that? Yeah, I think I'm going to stagger that. Because you don't have to cover up every bit of the background. What? That? Or do I need to go up? Yeah, I need to come up some more. Yeah. I'm not worried that there may be a patch there for glue. Oh, that's trash. Because I have one of these. Just like the last one, but I'm not going to tear it. Because I was hoping it would tear a bit differently than what it did. So, we know not to tear them. Because I think these are more like a plastic than anything else. And we'll put that down there to cover all that glue. And to sort of blend in there. Now, I did have just a piece of... No, I'm not going to use that one. We'll set that one over there. But I do have these. And I'm going to put them down. Make like a little bouquet. Come on, off my finger. There goes one. Or maybe a little runner or something to come along here. Trying to tie in the colors because we've got our browns and this has some of this purple in it. So we need a little something extra here. Well, we're going to come over here and put some here too. Why not, right? I want to do another like little grouping there. And then I've got one left right here. And this one I want to see where I am placing it because I want it to go right down there. Sort of like the end piece. Not bad. And you don't really need anything extra. I mean, we could add, but we've got all this going on down here. I'm going to call that page done. Ah, now we have a bit of green. A bit of green. We got a lot of green. And I was thinking that, but then I like it better without it. And I know I don't want anything behind here. So, first things first, we're going to get this one down. Okay. Oops, wrong page. Because this one ended up with a bit of green on it. So let's carry the green through. I've got that one. Then I found this. It's not green. It's more like a smoky blue. But when I put it on there, it looks fantastic. Yes, I did. I pulled flowers for this. And all I'm going to do now is I'm going to hit the four corners. Just those four corners. Well, see, I'm going to have to pull my page thing out. to hold that. Where is my clip? There's my clip. Now, I am wondering, bear with me here a minute. I do have, these are supposed to be like metal pieces. Look like metal pieces. Ooh, that would be pretty. We could do that. But what I was thinking about was doing some of these. Okay, there's one. That's not the same one. There's another one. There's two. There's three. Or maybe I should find the little ones. Let's pull out what we can find and see what we can find four of. All right, so there's one, there's three. They're in here somewhere. You stay. Wait a minute, where's my, I know I have, here it is. We'll put you on there to hold those pages. Well, there. And there's one like that. That one, all right, there's one like that one. Oh. I've got that one, there's another one of those. Come on, out of here. All right, so there's 3 and 3, and then the 1, and there's one of those. All right, what is this one? This one is that one. But I don't know if I like that one now that I pulled it out. See, there's another one. I'm still thinking that maybe we need to go with one that's more of this color. And I'm finding everything but that last one to it. There's another one of those. Maybe that's telling us that we need to do those. There's that one. So I got 2 of those. I know they're in here somewhere. Somewhere. Maybe, maybe not. All right, here goes. All right, we now have these 4. All right, now those are a bit dark there. But then, let me see. Because see, now I'm looking at this over here. Yep. You know, sometimes you just need to take things away, and we looked all that time for those. And here, I'm not even going to use them. All right, we're going to put all this back in here. I would wait and put it all one way, but I'm not worried about it. These are supposed to be stickers. Whether they are or not, whether they'll come off. Yep, here we go. They are stickers. Just like this said they were. Now, I want it like, well, that's going to have to stay there because it's down. I may have to pull this a bit over here so I can see where I'm at. All right. Nope, this one's different. You know what? I'm going to use it anyway. I'm going to use it anyway. This one is different from that one. Because all I looked at was the top part. But that's okay. We can have one different. But I doubt if anybody's really going to notice. They may. But it's okay. Come on. I know you come off of there. maybe it helps if I get a sticky piece of tape. There we go. Then this one went here. No, too far down. Too far down. I'll get these two sides done, and then I'll stick the middle down. We'll do it that way. All right, last one. I know this video is going to be a little long, but we're going to finish this thing. We are so close. And then this one to go. So I want those half and half. There. Now for the center. Get trash out of here. I've got my bouquet of flowers. Okay. I don't know if I want that one yet. We're going to start with this one. Because we are doing, it's all green. So we need to have some green flowers here. There goes one. And one thing I've learned is when you're doing a bouquet like this, and you've got all the stems that are supposed to be down near the same place, but they don't quite join, then it's okay to put in a, what I call a binding flower, something that's going to bring it all together. That one there. And then this one is going to be our binding flower, this one right here. We're going to cover up all those stems. And it does have a stem here, but we only need to see one stem. We don't need to see all those other ones. Okay, where's that? We're going right like there. Ha-ha. I set these over here. I like the way that turned out. I really do. All right, what's our next page? We're almost done because I know this is getting close to the last. Okay, what did I have? What did I pull here? Oh, these are the two back pages. Okay. That's what this is. These are our back pages. So I think, ooh, but I do like that. Or does that need to go on? I'll do this one as the background and then put the other flowers on top of it. When I buy stickers and they have some like this that are white, I never know what to do with them. Because other than this journal here, I don't usually use dark colors. Not on pages. But, you know, it was to step out of my comfort zone. Which is the... Oh, come up just a tad more. There we go. There. That's good. I like that. And then on... I know I wanted this one on this side. I've had these all set together for quite a while. So sometimes I forget what goes where. Now, one thing with the larger stickers, they do tend to roll up on you when you peel them apart. Have that. And then I want to end off with just this little piece here on that one. glue out. A little on the back. Oops. Come back over here where you're supposed to be. Just there. And that's the back of each, the back of this signature, the front of this one. And we are so close to being done. We are so close. That I'm not going to need. Where's my other thing here? I pulled these out. And a lot of these are just vellum pieces. Well, not all of them. A lot are. Which is, all right, so this is the back. Corner, corner, corner. But I have this to where I left that side up so that I could tuck things underneath it. This is where I wanted. I think that's where I wanted that to go, maybe. Or I like that one. And no, I'm not going to ink this one. Because I realized I needed to ink it after I started putting glue on it, so I'm not going to ink it. You don't have to ink everything. Now, this is where I wanted this one. And I don't know. It's a sort of like a little cloud thing. A little blurry spot. Oh, come on, come on, come on. Oh, there it is. I think this was part of a thank you thing for placing an order. And I've never used them before. That's pretty good. I like that. And these are for this side. I remember that part. Okay, we're going to start with, all right, the mushroom goes this way. And I'm going to the top part. Because it's darker up here, I want to see this part down here a bit more. This I know is a sticker. So we're going there with that one. That can go in there. And I have, no, I'm not going to use that one today. But I have this one. Yeah, that's to go there. Starting to jog my memory here. Which way is up on this? This way is up. Am I the only one that has put stickers on upside down? I have done that so many times. All right, get you where you need to go. And then that leaves me with my little flower. And this one, come on, come on, come on. Oh, this is going to be a super long video. I am so sorry, guys. No, I'm going to lay this one this way because I have a button here that I took the shank off of. I want it right there. Ta-da! Not bad. Not bad. Our last page. Our last page. And I got so lazy. This is the one I did right before I turned the camera on. I covered the whole page in one thing. Because I don't know what I'm going to do. I know that I want which is up, which is down. You know, sometimes I can't tell. So we're going to wing this one. Come on, glue. It's our last one. This one is going to be a center. That right there, just like that. Now, you need to be clipped, and you need to be clipped just to hold you down. This one and this one, I do have these little pieces here that I had pulled out to do something with. I think I'm going to start with this one. Yeah, it was double-sided. No, I don't want that on there. Glue, 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 glue. Putting that one there. And then I want this one on top of it. You know, I'm in a lot of different groups on Facebook, journaling groups like, you know, what we do here. And someone commented on a girl's post. I mean, she does beautiful work. But this person posted something that really bothered me, where she said that if you're just using stickers, you're not really creating things. And I beg to differ. Do you know how hard it is to figure out where to put your stickers? And believe me, some of you know what I'm talking about. But if, you know, it would be different if the person, I reckon what got me was the fact that and I'll be the person to go snoop. I'll tell you, I'll admit to that. But if you're going to criticize someone for what they're doing, at least, see, I've got flowers here. At least, you know, do the type of work that you're criticizing. And I'm not naming names, but, you know, I feel the girl was wrong. You know, trying to figure out where you're putting stickers is hard enough. But sometimes stickers is all you've got. You know, and it's sort of like, so what? She is creating. Leave her alone. I don't want that one. I'm going to go with these. I think these need to come down here next. You know, if you've got stickers, use them. You bought them, didn't you? If you do your creativeness with crayons, good for you. You know, that is awesome. The fact that you're out here creating things. And if you enjoy it, that's even better. So, you know, that bothered me to no end. I know, I'm probably sticking my nose into it by saying something, but I hate people criticizing others when they don't, you know what they're talking about. At least this person here, all I could see that she did was drawing. And I'm not saying drawing's bad. I've sat here and watched Victoria draw, and that takes some talent. But no, don't criticize others for what they do unless they ask for criticism. You know, if there's somebody who say, well, then critique what they did, not what they used. I'm sorry, that just burnt me up. I probably shouldn't have said anything, but I did. Not on the post or anything, but just here with y'all. I don't know, should I? Why not? Add a little lace to the very end. And we'll put that there. That's it. That was our last page. So, we still have where's my lid to my ink? Set that aside. And all of our pages are done. I'm not doing anything more there. I mean, I may flip through it later and decide to add more. And that's okay. I can do that. So, I'm going to say that's done. But there's still some things, 2 things we have left to do. I have my dangles to put on. I have one that I've got to go, that's going on. I get it open here, so that when it opens or closes or whatever, you've got a little something pretty to look at. Well, if that's where you're going to go, that's where you're going to go. And it's just a bowl pin with a dangle on it, just to give it a little pizzazz. And that's on the closure. See, so it'll look like that, which I think is adorable. But for the back here, I did leave, I did put a thing here for a dangle. If I can get this open now. Oh, come on. Don't tell me you're not going to come up. All right, there we go. I got it. I got it. Almost there. Almost there. I can call it complete. It's done. It's done. We have our dangle on here, which is on our clip. I've adjusted the ribbon beforehand. And then for the spine dangle, I did this. And we've got a big drop pearl. We've got a lot of little small dangles. I found a heart, a dragonfly, another little ball with a flower on top, plus a resin rose in a color to match. That's it. That's it. We're done. I think she's so pretty. I do. I really think she is pretty. And I think what I'm going to do is I will put her in my Etsy store. And I'm glad I did not, put a whole lot, did not fill up every page. Because then, if for the person that decides to buy it, if they see something they want to add, they've got the option. So, what do you think, guys? Do you think she turned out okay? Oh, get that. Turn that around. So all that closure is done. All of our pages are done. This is the end of our book. We have done everything. And I think it turned out fantastic. There are some pages that have a lot going on. Some pages only have a couple of things. So there is room to add things, if you want. So let me know what you think in the comments below. And thank you so much for joining me today. If you enjoyed finishing this up finally with me, give me a thumbs up. If you are not a subscriber, please subscribe to my channel. And thank you for all of those that do subscribe. I will put this in the Etsy store, which I've got to get revamped. I've got some other stuff that needs to go in. I just haven't had time. I've had a bit of health issues. So bear with me. And until next time, bye guys.